Good morning. I'm Roger Curlin. This is Jack Holmesy. We are the founders of Club Savor, a local dining club. We are only 7 weeks old, so we can talk a little bit about that launch period and that growth period. What we do as far as needs fulfillment is most everyone likes to go out and eat out, but it's very expensive to do that, especially do that often. And to find values out there, to get the early birds, etc., it's just difficult and sometimes takes longer to find it than actually to go out and have a good time. So that's one part of our need fulfillment. The other part is there's 2,500 places to go out to eat here in Pinellas County alone. So for a restaurateur, especially our independent restaurateurs, to battle that and to get customers to them is very difficult. And every day you see a new restaurant or a new bar opening up. So the competition keeps getting more and more intense. So what we've done is we've stepped into that space between those two needs and come up with Club Savor, now that's Savor with an O, to help folks out on both sides. So I'm going to let Jack talk about the value to the consumer, and then I'll tell you about the value to the restaurant.
It is a membership dining club, and what members pay is $29.95 a month, and what they get is two things. They get half off an entree and half off one alcoholic drink, a single drink, for them and a guest, all day, every day, all month long. We put the price point at $29.95. We feel we can get that right back on the first visit. We have 36 destinations. Majority of them are down here in St. Pete. We'll walk down here. We have some up in Clearwater. But what this concept does, it changes your whole dining experience. Most people go out and they have about 8 to 10 restaurants. That's their favorite. They kind of stick to those 8 to 10, and then they usually about 2 or 3 items on the menu. Same thing, usually over and over. What this does, it gives you a chance to explore. Again, with the 36, we will have 50 restaurants on board by probably in the spring, but right now at 36. With the half off, again, it's entrees. We have some destinations that have their whole menu. So with the First, the Lore, I know you guys heard of those guys, they have the whole menu just in case you don't want an entree. Maybe you want to go watch a baseball game, you just want to have wings and a beer. First, everything's half off. The most expensive item is half off. Another piece of that is cool with this is, like, let's say sea critters. Their grouper is $25, $25.99, so say $26. If you both go out there, you and your spouse go down, and you each get the grouper, you're saving $13 a piece. That's $26. If you each have a glass of Merlot, say $8 a piece, you're saving $4 on each one of those drinks. You're saving $34 on that one time out. It gives you a chance now, because it's so expensive to go out and eat, now you can say, I'm going to get the appetizer. I'm going to go ahead and get dessert because I'm saving so much money. It's so enjoyable. We have people that come to us, and we did a booth the other day at Locotopia. People are saving, they're coming up, oh, we love your program, absolutely love your program. I said we're saving about $100 a week going out, so they're trying all these things, and we're getting a lot of positive feedback.
And to Jack's point, we'll talk about the restaurants in a minute. What is the value to the restaurant? Because you do need to value the balance of value to the consumer and to the restaurant to bring in great restaurants, which you guys all want. So we do 3 things for the restaurant. Number 1, we're growing members by 10 to 20% every week. So we have close to 350 members now. That's about 700 diners, and we're going to be growing that into the thousands. No matter how popular a restaurant is, they're only at capacity about 10% of the time. So we're taking our thousands of members, and we're going to be filling up that 90% of empty seats that aren't making any money for those restaurants. Point 2 is, when you go out, you have great value, you're going to have the extra drinks, you're going to have the appetizers, you're going to have the dessert, you're going to have a great time. These are still profitable tickets for the restaurant. And the third piece, and this is important to Jack and I, these are local small independents. We share our membership revenue with our restaurants. So it's a triple win for the restaurants. We have restaurants and bars calling us that want to get into the program. So it's very, very, very exciting. What I want to do now is do a little show and tell. Almost everyone, I think, has smartphones with them. You're normally not supposed to look at them. Let's everyone get out a smartphone. I want to show you how you can easily load the Club Savor. It takes 1 minute. If you have an iPhone, you want to go, to your Safari and enter clubsavor.com with an O, all one word, clubsavor.com. If you have an Android, you want to go to Chrome and search clubsavor.com. So I'll give you a second to bring those up on your smartphones. And on the iPhone, at the very bottom, there's a box with an up arrow. box with an up arrow on the bottom of the iPhone when you're at clubsavor.com. If you touch that box, yes, thank you. If you touch that box, you'll have a screen pop up and look for a plus symbol. That adds it to your home screen. Anytime you want to go to Club Savor, you just touch that button, boom, Club Savor comes up for you. For the Androids, top right on the Chrome, clubsavor.com, there's a triple dot. Hit the triple dot about 3/4 of the way down. There's also add to home screen. You click that, it adds it to your home screen. Again, one click and you can be in Club Savor. It tells you about the restaurants, how to join, what we're about. The closing statement that I've got for y'all is, we are big on charities. We hope to help 360 different charities this year alone. Today, we're going to be passing out some cards. So, Amy, John, if you could pass those cards out to everyone right now. We're helping Keep St. Pete Local, the organization. So, the referral code on the cards that are being passed out is Keep St. Pete Local. If you do join the program, which we'd love you to join, put that code in, and Jack and I are going to donate $20 for every member that joins. Keep St. Pete with the Keep St. Pete Local code. So thank you for having us today, and we look forward to the questions.
So 7 weeks, what are the economics looking like from the restaurant perspective on their total ticket charge versus the cost and the revenue share component of the $30 a month?
Absolutely, that's a great question. So every single one of our destinations is profiting from this. Every single destination has shown a profit from the program, some more than others. One of my destinations has year over year increase in profit of 50%. That's not all us. You know, we talk to our owners, but we are playing a role in that. I hear 3% all the way again to 50% as far as profit increase year over year. What we're seeing on the tickets is generally a profitability range that's anywhere from 65 to 75% of discount profit margin, so 25 to 35% off final bill. But our final bills that people are creating, because they're enjoying more, they're getting the apps, the desserts, they're actually more profitable than average tickets at a lot of our places. So that's a great question. Yes?
So 2 questions. Is there any limitations like Uber Eats or anything like that that you can't?
Well, the program is not for to-go orders, so it's only for in-house dining. There are just a handful of restrictions, and that goes back to what I talked about, the balance between the two programs. And so all of our destinations have to have at least 90% of their entrees available for discount. So that's one of the things, and it's also single serving drinks, so you can't get a bottle of wine, for instance, on your purchase.
Okay, and the second question was $29.95 a month. What's the limited, how long do you have to come?
I'll let Jack take that one.
Like a year?
There's no contract. You can get in. We have tours that come down here for a week, 2 weeks, buy it, and then they can cancel, or we like to call it, put it on pause, and they can come back. So you can do that. And if it's not working for you, we don't want you to pay or anything like that. We don't really have a contract even with our destinations. We know they're not going anywhere because we're filling up all our empty seats. You guys know the restaurant industry. The most expensive item in a restaurant is an empty seat. So we're just keep bringing new money, new customers. Just also want to ask a real quick one. Guys, if you did pull up Club Savor, you can look at Browse Restaurants and you can see all our destinations that are on there and see if some of these guys, ones that you guys enjoy, and again, we will keep adding more on top of that.
Before I go to the next question in the back, I want to give huge, massive props. We're not here today. We're not standing here. We don't have everything we've got going on without Big C. Big C's in the room, so please a round of applause. What they did is they took our vision that Jack and I had and made it, I feel, even better than what our vision was from an app website standpoint. It's so simple, easy to use, and fluid. I can't say enough about them. In the middle?
I'm curious about how you got started with this idea and then who's on your team.
Sure. So Jack and I worked with a national company that was attempting to do a dining club. So we learned about the core idea from that. But when Jack and I built our company, what we did is we looked at every industry. We looked at retail. We looked at what's Uber doing that's really smart. What's Netflix doing that's really smart. Amazon Prime, some of the companies we've already heard mentioned. And we pulled from a variety of experiences. I've been in the bar and restaurant industry since I was 18 years old. And so I'm not telling you how old I am now, but it's been a long time. And so we pulled all of that together and looked at every little piece. So, and then the team, I have Amy and John at the back. They're our club directors. We will be adding other club directors as we expand. So anyone that's intrigued by this program and what we're doing, feel free to reach out. Yes?
Speaking of Uber, something they did that was really smart when they were growing is kind of expand really wide, really quickly, so they're kind of first to market in other cities. Is your strategy to just refine it and make it grow as much as you can locally and then take it to another city, or just expand your brand as fast as possible?
That's a perfect question. What Jack and I talk about is we are building the model home here in St. Petersburg, the Pinellas area. We are building this thing for y'all, for the restaurants, and we're making it perfect here. Once we do that, we will then grow. What we saw with the national companies, they attempted the opposite. They tried to be everywhere all at once, and it crashed because of that mentality. This particular product really needs to be nurtured and built at a local level to develop that model. But we already have venture capitalists that have reached out to us that have seen the model that said, the second you are ready to expand, we're here. We'll put commas on the check, which I like that. Yes?
So I hear you mentioned alcoholic drinks a lot, so is there an age limit for your club?
Yes, there is. It has to be of legal drinking age to be able to be in the club. That's a good question. Thank you. Yes?
Majority of states do not allow you to discount alcohol, so how are you guys letting them do that?
It's actually not the majority of states, but there are some states, and absolutely, we already have that language built into our app to put that on there when we do get to that issue. But we also know it may not be an issue because there's more and more freedom of commerce that's allowed. Yes?
You said the restaurants get a percentage of the membership revenue,
Mhm.
correct? So do they have to keep track of how many customers they have that use your Club Savor?
Great question. So it's unlimited usage by folks that are members of our club. So they do not have to track it because consumers can use it as much as they want. And there is not a percentage. The sharing that you do member revenue-wise is not based on usage.
So I guess that leads to a follow-up where if you have too many restaurants too quickly and not enough customer base, how do you split up the revenue without it getting just completely?
Absolutely. So what we do is member attachment. So basically those were your favorite restaurants where you go and sign up in those favorite restaurants. They get the membership value attached to them, but we also, as Jack and I gather, what we call corporate memberships through like Cape St. Pete Local and our website, etc. We share those, we split those among all of our destinations. So it's really based on a success model. In the back, sir?
Yeah, well, why wouldn't you be charging restaurants when you say that they're only open for fill up 10% of the time? You know, that's extra revenue for you guys. You're bringing in the extra help.
It's a great question. The national program, in fact, did charge restaurants to be in the club. Jack and I know there is an immense value to this program, and we know that restaurants would pay a lot of money as we build our model. Our model isn't built yet. We want no barrier, no wall between a great restaurant joining us. And we found by allowing them to join us for free, and it's an interview process, invite only, we found that we just have great partners. Those 36 are fantastic, yes.
Add to that question is, you know, if you ever seen Shark Tank and stuff like that, they don't want you to be giving up some of your revenue, and that's what you're doing. You're sharing. I don't have a problem with you saying, hey, we'll do it for free, but sharing revenue, that's money that you can't pay the people that are helping you.
Absolutely. I will tell you, if you look at the restaurants that do Grouponing, and you look at our group of restaurants, we're going to be able to provide you an amazing caliber of restaurant that you're getting really the same value to the consumer as a Groupon, but with a much higher caliber. We're able to do that because of that revenue sharing and allowing folks in our restaurant destinations that we want to partner with for free. Yes?
So let's say a restaurant you're not putting butts in seats at one particular restaurant, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you're still giving them money, right? That they wouldn't otherwise
Yes.
be giving. So
Yes.
is there some sort of barrier to protect, your group separate from that one restaurant? Maybe it's just a duck, right?
Sure, that's a great question. Jack and I do a ton of research before we go into a restaurant. We really mainly partner with already successful restaurants. We will invite in a new restaurant if the DNA is there for success. And Jack and I have a lot of history with spotting that DNA of success. But what we found, we've got 36 destinations. They're all seeing traffic because people love to explore with this app. They love to try new places. In the back red shirt.
Well, I just think that maybe the company that you looked into trying to make like a national brand or whatever.
Sure.
Maybe it was the inability to scale properly. I mean, sure, there's been a lot of companies that were successful.
Absolutely, that's a great question. They were very well funded. The details of their program are really night and day to the details that we've put together with our program. So Jack and I feel, and experts and people we've talked to since then, has said it was the details that failed, not necessarily that scalability. But great question. Yes.
Is this just for dining only or takeout?
It's not for takeout. It's for dine-in only. Yes. Yeah.
I've seen people use this app in a restaurant. Like, is that something you guys build? How does that work? Like, do you just scan and you try to get a user in the restaurant, pay out?
Great question. So Big C designed our, we call it a web-based app, and so it can be used on any smartphone, any tablet. You can go on any computer. This flexes to whatever you're using the platform for. When you join the program and you click that button, your member ID pops up right away. Because we know 90% of consumers, they just want to show their member ID when they sit down, and then they get that great value at the restaurant. So it's really been designed to be ultra consumer friendly. Yes.
So you said you've been doing this 7 weeks, and you fall into the position where a lot of startups do, to where you're marketing to both sides. You need to market to the restaurant and bring them on board, as well as the potential customer. So can you share a little bit about that experience and trying to figure out how to do that appropriately and to get you to where it seems like you're in a good spot at this point?
It is a very fine line. It's a fantastic question. So when we do our marketing, we basically do two different types of marketing. As we explain this program, we show the value to the consumer, and then we show the value to the restaurant. It's very tough to get into see a restaurateur once we get in and they understand the concept they're in. So it's hard to sell a restaurant, so to speak, without us seeing them and talking to them. Like Roger mentioned earlier, we are getting phone calls from restaurants, from bars. Senior program, heard about the program, how do we get in? We do extreme vetting on these restaurants. We eat there, they have to have quality food, quality service, and ambiance. They have to have something for value to the consumer. But that's a fantastic question. That's something we might not know.
And I want to give one more note on that. Our tagline, our motto that Big C helped us create, given our vision, is enjoy more. And that speaks to both sides, both the consumer, the diner, and to the restaurant.
Okay, and I just want to volunteer if you need somebody to eat at the restaurant, so test them out first.
Yes.
What's the average number of dining out experiences per user per month?
We haven't been able to capture that yet. We're actually looking at getting some pieces put onto the app that helps us capture that. But what we're hearing from all of our consumers, every consumer we've talked to, and we talk to them a variety of ways, is they're doubling. Whatever they used to do, they're doubling now. So if they used to go out once a week, they're going twice a week. We've talked to some consumers that say, I don't cook anymore. I just go to my Club Savor destinations. Down front, yes.
I was wondering about keeping the restaurants. I mean, I looked at the list, great, yes, but how do I know they'll still be there next month?
Right. So what Jack and I commit to our consumers is we're constantly going to be growing that list. Expectation is we've got the phone ringing off the hook now with restaurants wanting to be involved with us. There's 2,500 restaurants competing for people. We'll never run out of restaurants wanting to be in us. We're always going to provide high quality restaurants to you. So that we're excited to grow that for you.
Let me add to that. Yeah. We are always, Roger and my heart, every time we wake up, we're trying to do two things every day. Bring more value to the restaurants and bring more value to our members. And we do that in a lot of different ways. So again, we're filling these empty seats for these restaurants, which they love. We don't charge them anything. It's free marketing. They're getting all a bunch of, besides they get new customers, they're getting new money coming in to help pay their other bills. But also with our club directors, they belong to different types of networking groups. And what they do, we send groups to these restaurants. And these aren't Club Savor members, these are regular networking groups. So we keep adding value to these restaurants, and we keep filling up all their empty seats. We don't expect them to go anywhere. We're not naive enough to think that they won't. Some of them like this doesn't fit our model. But again, there's plenty of restaurants to choose from. And again, we're hearing nothing but positive feedback from the members as well as the restaurants.
I don't know if you are or have you thought about incorporating a Yelp like a star rating on your experience?
Great question. On the app, when you go there, we use the Yelp as the main rating system. So you can actually go to our app, and when you go to a place, you'll see the Yelp rating. But we've also found that TripAdvisor, Facebook, those are also very informative. as is the website of the restaurant. All of that's there right on your smartphone. One click, turn-by-turn directions are there. The phone number is there. You can get to everything you need, one-stop shop, right there on the app. Great question, yes?
For some reason, I'm thinking that the Applebee's, Chili's, other chains are going to be resistant or are resistant to your program. Am I right about that?
Well, they're not resistant. We do not work with national chains for two reasons. Number one, they're very hierarchical. To try to get to the decision maker in a chain is nearly impossible. The second thing is they like to push you around. So Jack and I don't like to be pushed around. So national chains try to dictate items. We don't want that. And by making that decision to stick with local, it just feels better. I mean, you should see some of these couples that are running these restaurants and really spending their life energy in them, and we're helping fill their restaurant. I had 3 servers come up to me last night at one of the places I was dining at. Their entire serving crew came up and thanked me for bringing Club Savor into their restaurant because we're bringing them new tables and new tips. I mean, that was goosebumps and stuff like that. Yeah.
So do you, sorry if I missed this before, do you only need one membership per group that goes to eat, or if you eat as a couple, or each needs a membership?
I'll let Jack take that up.
Membership covers the member and a guest. So you can always take your wife out, take another, or whatever. Now, we do have members that the husband always goes out with his buddies a lot, and the wife goes out with her girlfriends. They both get it. And just so you know, every time a member refers it, it's so simple to refer another member. So if you have somebody that is a friend of yours that would love this program, you know they go out and eat a lot, it's so simple on your phone. Just share it on your phone. Every time you share it and somebody buys it, your next month is free. So we have people that says, I will never pay again. I have plenty of people that somebody every single month. Also, I want to add something real quick. Drawing the curtain back a little bit, we're going to start adding other things besides restaurants and bars, things that people savor, hair salons, travel, entertainment, shows, plays. Just keep, and your price will always stay at $29.95. It'll never change. So right now, we're having people like Roger mentioned are calling us. So we just brought on Snappers, which is up in Palm Harbor. They have a comedy club. They're going to do half off the comedy club, half off the entree, and half off the drink for a member and a guest. Every club says a member that comes in there. So again, it came a little quicker than what we anticipated, but it's hard to turn them down. So we brought them on as well. But you'll start seeing more things. We'll keep adding. Again, like I mentioned earlier, we're going to keep bringing value to the restaurants, more value to the members. We're going to keep adding and adding and adding. One more last thing. If you're a member and there's a certain restaurant on there that's not on there, like I love, whatever this restaurant, we have an info at clubsaver.com. Just send us an email. Say, I would love to have this, or can you add this or add it? We would love to help you as much as we can.
In the back corner.
That was actually the question he asked about the membership. Was like, okay, is it covering your spouse? Is it covering you? Is it going to be any guest?
Whoever the lucky person is with you at the time. And did you have a question as well? Yes.
Yeah, I did have a question. On the restaurant side, do I have any control over hours? And on the person side and the restaurant side, how do I know what's part of their menu that they offer? I didn't know.
Fantastic question. That's a great question. So whenever the restaurant is open, you get that value of half off an entree, half off an alcoholic drink for you and a guest. There's no blackout dates, no blackout times. You can't double dip, so if they have something on special or discount already, you can't double dip with the Club Savor value and the other thing. And I'm sorry, what was part 2 of your question?
How do I know what's on what they include? You said restaurants don't have to include their entire menu.
Right, so they have to have at least 90%, and as Jack said, some include their entire menu. Right now, when you go in, a lot of our restaurants actually have the Club Savor icons and the signatories next to all the entrees that are available. Some that have the entire menu, they'll just tell you, we've got our whole menu. We're looking to streamline that, so over the next few weeks, you'll see more and more of our places having that signatories and those logos, etc. for you. So, but still work in progress. Those in the restaurant industry understand menu printing is very expensive, it's very time consuming, and we're not always on that cycle for that reprint, and it costs thousands of dollars. So great question, but we're streamlining that.
Is there a way that you can do that online, so at least I know ahead of it? If I want to go down to, I see the oyster bar, and I have my one dish that I like, is there at least a way I can know before I get there?
Absolutely, we're looking to do that as well, but that's one of those timing and synergy things that we've got to get that from everybody to have commonality when we get that on the app. But absolutely, we're looking to do that. Great question. I'm trying to find a new person. Yes.
I was wondering,
You're not treated like a second-class person. In fact, again, the servers came up to me last night thanking me for bringing Club Savor customers to them. Club Savor customers come back time and time again. They're loyal. They develop those relationships. And so it has taken a little bit of training for staff to understand that psychologically, but they're embracing that now. So you can act like a regular customer on everything that you do. You just get that value. Yeah.
What about tipping?
Tip on the full amount. I mean, you've been served on the full amount, tip on the full amount. And so it takes a little practice, but our Club Savor followers are now getting into it because not everyone's good about reminding you what the full amount was. So you might have to do a little math. I'm not good at it, but you know, I try hard. Yes?
No.
If I remember correctly, restaurants got frustrated with Groupon back in the day because you were getting a whole bunch of deal seekers that weren't repeat customers.
Absolutely.
It seems like by keeping each check on that sort of profitable, you've been able to help to crack that nut that they couldn't. So
Right.
effectively, you're like a subscription to Groupon with 90 days, which is pretty cool. So kudos for that. It makes me wonder about, surely you're going to be able to predict the lifetime customer value over time.
Mm-hmm.
And analytics is going to be really interesting, essentially how it's true when you look at getting to other markets. You can come to them with data and help them think about that.
That's what we're building. That's that model, going back to that model home, because data sells. I mean, that's really, yes.
So, awesome. Thank you guys for coming. We really appreciate it. What can we do to help you grow?
Yeah, absolutely. Very easy question. If you guys like dining out, please join the club. Use the Keep St. Pete local code. We really love to give it to our charities. And tell your friends and family. Even if you don't join today, tell your friends and family about it. We're in what we call our layering mode right now. We're going to be doing a lot of things in a lot of different places to get our mission out and word out about what we do. But that's the best thing you guys can do for us. And this has been wonderful today. Thank you.
Thank you all for coming again. Two great comprehensive presentations. If you guys happen, as Sean mentioned earlier, we all are